of Exhibit A, or B, A, I think. It's a copy of it's in your handout. You have included the Amedee electrical substation parcel, and I know I attended all the meetings in regards to the 6 RFPs that were drafts. And so we started researching on who actually owned that parcel. The Army responded after contacting Senator Boxer, and Senator Boxer forwarded the FOIA request for Warren, Michigan, the Army, big Army thing, command base there, and we got an answer back, and I have, and I've talked about this before, I have 2 reports that are not included in the information that you made public. So I can make that available to you.
I just want to more with the RFP process.
Well, it's certainly gone that direction, and I just had a brief kind of sidebar with CEO Egan. And based on the way that the item was, and the question I had was, is this within the scope of what was agendized and what the topic was? Or is it beyond the agenda?
I think Supervisor Hammond wanted a presentation.
Yeah.
From RFP.
I know. But the way it's worded.
I'll clarify that. You have on the agenda receive information.
She's right.
So,
Wait a minute. Mark the date. Mark the time, lady.
But I'm right?
Yes.
It's the first time you've admitted I was right. That I will put on the
One in a
calendar.
row.
I will put on. We sent a non-responsive to FOIA request to Colonel Slauson, and that's why we went to the exchange, because it was important that if you tell the public you're not including the electrical, then the electrical substation, and then you include it on page 7 and you're selling it, I've made several presentations on who actually owns that. After I got the information back from the Army in Warren, Michigan, I then went to Elmwood to see what their opinion of who owns that parcel. And it turns out, I think at this point, because Plymouth Sierra hasn't responded to any of my correspondence, is that we don't know who owns the actual land. The equipment, though, Elmwood says that's on that little 1 acre, the equipment belongs to Plymouth Sierra. That was, no research was done on that because within an hour I got this letter from Elmwood. So what happened, the chronological facts are in 2003, Elmwood transferred this property to Plymouth Sierra for $1.25 million. And in 2003, Elmwood, according to their people over there, they stopped reading the meters at in Hurlong and Plymouth Sierra. And then, so the Army said in 2004, Elmwood still owned this parcel, or owned the equipment on the parcel. It's not delineated that between land and equipment, but the fact of the matter is the equipment is the only thing that is owned by somebody other than the county. The problem you have right now is this was issued on September 23rd, and you're expecting bids Thursday, but you have literally deceived the public. The people that are bidding on this RFP think, and you've totally given them the impression in writing on page 7 that you're selling that parcel. All the information and the charts and everything we've put up, and pick A and then pick 3 and then pick 2B and everything, you decided, you put it in the RFP that you're not selling that electrical substation. And yet this is exactly what you did with the Hurlong one-stop. You just say in public that you're not selling the one-stop, and then it's included in all the documents, the deeds, and everything when you transfer the property. This, you're going to have to redo because you're not selling the electrical substation. So you've got a dilemma. You lied in public in the document that you're selling something you said you weren't going to sell, and you don't even own the equipment. So I don't know what you want to do with it, but I'll tell you, if you go ahead and give it to Pizzulo on Thursday, I don't know what you're going to do. Maybe a lawsuit? Civil lawsuit against the county? This is just deception. And I'd like to know when you're ever going to do the right thing. I mean, I know you're profiting from this sale. But the profit that you saw in Hurlong has never, in 14 months, never surfaced. And you're not going to make any money on this. Maybe one or 3 or 5 of you will make money on this. But it's just, you got to start doing the right thing. And this RFP is trash right now. Because you can't sell something that you claim, one, you don't own, and 2, you've already stated in public meetings, even in a document in the RFP, that it's not for sale.
I must say, personally, I don't have any expertise to comment on, so if either of you have anything to say otherwise. I mean, I think it's,
I think Ms. Spencer is mistaken. The substation is not contemplated to be transferred.
Parcel 7 is included in the exhibit as being sold. Parcel 7 on page 7. You've included it, just like you included the one stop.
I'm looking at page 7, I don't see that.
I presume she's referring to page 7 of the RFP, is that right? Is it page 7 of the RFP?
Of the exhibit. Parcel 7.
This is
7.
we'll have to review that legal description.
Pretty
If that's the
plain,
case,
it's pretty plain English.
if that's the case, it wasn't intended to be included.
Neither was the one stop. We don't want it to happen again.
We'll work out with the surveyor.
Warren Anderson, Planning and Building Services. Ms. Spencer just made me aware of this. In preliminary responses, that I don't see that item as being part of the RFP, but rather part of the exhibit that went to the general plan conformity before the direction to staff for the RFP release. I might be wrong. I got to look at it, but that's at least
This is the RFP that went to the public. I can go and
Right,
pick
right.
What
it.
you're looking at is an attachment to the RFP.
Well, this is on your website as the RFP. If you go in and you can print this out right now, or you can bring it up here.
Right. But what you're looking at is an attachment to the RFP document.
why don't we go ahead and agendize this for its own deal of report back,
Okay.
so, because it is, point raised, and we do need to address, make sure it's correct for especially with the timing of all this, we need to make sure it's good.
Make sure this time you include the library books in the.
Okay, thank you.
That's another story.
All right. Thank you for bringing that to the attention. Yes, so okay, is there any other public comment?